Kelly, I don't know I'm not sure what compels me to write this same short attention span webinar several times a year. But, as I was writing this, I was thinking, have I done any of these before? The 5 biggest mistakes that salespeople make. And I don't know what makes me do that. But if we've repeated ourselves, sorry.
It's because you and I start to feel like a broken record because we're having the same conversations with people over and over and over again. And spinning that a different way, I think what I like to say to people is you're not alone.
Yeah, that's true.
We're all doing the same things. We're all facing the same challenges, and we all find ourselves in the same reality today.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think it's good to just be honest about it and just say, this is what it is. And more importantly, what you can do about it.
But you know what? I'll tell you where this one came from. My daughter Emma, this morning, she goes to Quinnipiac University in Connecticut, in Hamden, Connecticut. And Emma sent me a presentation this morning. And you know Emma. You've never met Emma, but you know Emma. Mm-hmm. And she's a goofball. She sent me this very serious presentation. She said, "Dad, you're a presenter. Would you critique this for me?" And she had it's a class assignment. And the class assignment was, she's a microbiology major. And she wants to study, she wants to cure Alzheimer's eventually, but this had to do with requesting a piece of the $750 million that the United States has put towards Ebola. So she had to do a video where she was meeting with President Barack Obama and saying, here's why you ought to give us a piece of that money. And she did a great job.
That's awesome.
Right? Except for one thing. She never asked for the money. And I said to her, I'll show you this video. There she is. I said to her, honey, you did everything right up to, there she is. That's Emma with her video.
Hi,
Emma. Right? That's her.
Yep.
And
Mr. President, it's an honor to meet you. My name is Emma. I represent.
So this is my crazy daughter who's trying to be serious. And she did a great job. Sorry, Emma, I'll cut you off. She did a great job except for that one point. One of the biggest mistakes that we make is we don't ask for the order. I've read that. I can't believe it.
Well, you know what? Here's what I think happens to people in our industry. Because we sell a service and not a product, we can't actually look across the table from them and say, this thing costs $6,000. Will you buy it?
Right.
That's what is the barrier for so many people, because what you're selling is it's a promise. You're trying to get the promise that they will commit to using you the next time, or at least let you become a part of that decision-making process the next time. That's what I think so many people have difficulty with, is there is no tangible thing you sell and close on that day, but you still ask for commitment. You still ask for their buy-in, their trust, their confidence, everything when you have a presentation with somebody.
But this is one, especially for experienced salespeople, this is one of the subjects of closing that comes up all the time. All right. Next mistake that they make is they quit too soon. Mm-hmm. We've made a bunch of phone calls, or maybe just one or two, and they quit.
Yep.
And then they say, oh, nobody returns my call, and, I can never get in to see anybody, and yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
Sorry, gang. It takes 8 to 10 times until you recognize a product on TV or on the shelf.
Yep.
Well, how many times do you have to get out there and bang on that door? Countless.
7 to 13.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But, the best of the best don't quit. The ones that make mistakes, they quit, or they let something get in the way. They let a project come up and steal their time, and then they don't get back to the prospecting.
And they're only using the phone.
Yeah.
It's no longer the case that you can't find somebody's email address. That's super easy. Sure. So you have to be using all the tools available to you instead of just the phone.
The next biggest mistake, we've talked about this before, Kelly, is that when you get an account, you stop selling that account. You stop earning that business. Mm-hmm. And you can't do that. That was absolutely one of the biggest mistakes.
Yep.
All right? Your job doesn't end at the PO. You have to constantly believe they're still looking. They're still looking. What do I need to do to make this?
Yeah, it's being defensive, and in fact, the amount of effort that you put into maintenance should be directly proportionate to the significance to you and the importance to you.
Yeah.
You're not doing account reviews. again, stop it. Like you
Right.
have to be doing account reviews annually for relatively small accounts and probably quarterly or semi-annually for big accounts. You got to be taking the pulse all the time,
Next one
making
is
sure they know.
Next one is they stop learning. You know, we get to a point, I can't tell you, I've been selling print for 30 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, I had this conversation this morning with a rep who got fired, who said, I've been selling print for blah, 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 30 plus years.
Yeah.
I guess he just doesn't understand that I know print. Okay, well, that's great. I'm happy that you know print. There's more going on in the industry. If
Right.
you stay that very myopic, this is where I'm at, these are my expertise, then I sincerely hope that you're in your mid-60s and you got a good bank of business. Because if you're anything younger than that, you've got to continue to learn.
Yeah.
Learn about wide format if you don't know anything about it. Learn about more about what
Augmented
your company does.
reality, 3D. I
Yep.
mean, we've got to be out there
Learn
learning
about the
it.
customers.
Yep.
Learn about where they're going. Never stop learning. It's like I said 1,000 times, Kelly. Montessori is the best money that I ever spent because my kids have the love of learning. All right, that's all I can ask for.
Yep.
And then finally, and this one I threw in. I'm not sure if it fits, but this one I threw in. They forget that everything in sales repeats. Again, another conversation I was having this morning on a conference call where someone was saying, I can't believe how good business is. And when she got done ranting and raving, I said, stop. This is great. What got you to this point is what you need to examine because you're up here, you're gonna be down here again. Whoops,
Yep.
below screen. You're gonna be down here again, and you gotta remember, you gotta think, what was it that I did right that got me up to that level? Everything that happens in sales is gonna happen again. All the highs, all the lows, all the good, all the bad. So you know what? There's lessons that you don't want to have to learn again and again and again. Remember if you're doing something right, that's awesome. Write it down. Take note of it. It's like one of those, in case of emergency, pull here.
Mm-hmm.
You almost want to have a file folder. If you're depressed, here's what you need to do. If you're excited, here's what you need to do. If you want to expand an account, here's what you need to do. You can write a book. Or you can be a sales trainer. Or you can make short attention span webinars.
Which are so lucrative for us.
Oh, yeah, poof. Nothing like being a volunteer. You want to make more money? Just do more.
Right.
All right, Kelly, thanks for your time today.
Thanks, Bill.
And we'll talk to you all on another short attention span webinar, everybody.